your home for the most local news. News 10 ABC in the morning starts now.
Neglect normally doesn't come from just not feeding your child.
A baby taken from a local mother after she was accused of intentionally starving him. How investigators were able to save the young boy's life.
A local community breathing a sigh of relief following a devastating fire, the latest on the recovery efforts.
To see her smile, to see her get excited about it has been amazing.
A girl fighting for her life gets a very special surprise. News 10 ABC was there to catch the heartwarming moments. We'll be telling you about that story coming up, so stay tuned. And good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Orangio.
And I'm Nicole Lally. The weather outside this morning, not too
frightful.
bad. I mean, you still need your coat when you're going out the door, but probably not all the layers.
No, you don't need that this morning. And
Well,
really,
you never wear a coat, though. I mean,
You're wearing a
No.
fleece
let's
when it's
talk
30
about
below.
real people here,
my
not weather
rule is
people,
20
right?
degrees or lower for a big winter coat. That's my rule.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
19 degrees it has to be for me to wear a bundle.
All right.
Okay? So, but for the normal person, you need the winter coat this
Right.
morning.
The
Okay?
typical person.
For the typical
All right,
person.
we'll say that.
37, 7 a.m., mostly cloudy. 43 at noon, decreasing clouds, breezy. 42 by 5 p.m. with partly cloudy skies. All right, here's a look at the Stewart Shop Storm Tracker weather cam, the view from Stuyvesant Plaza this morning. Now, we're done with the rain. That's long gone, so today will be dry. It's going to be a tad on the breezy side, and it will be a little bit cooler, but still a bit above average. 38 degrees right now in Albany. A west-northwest wind at 8 miles per hour. No wind gusts right now. We're at 35 in Saratoga. We're at 37 in Bennington, 36 in Pittsfield, 38 Hudson, lower and middle 30s, and some upper 20s towards the Adirondacks. Storm Tracker HD radar. Rain well to the east. The cold front has cleared the entire area now. Eventually, these clouds will be on the decrease, and we will see some sun today, unlike yesterday. And also, lake effect snow getting going in a big way across the Tug Hill, also south of Buffalo. These areas right here could see several inches of snow. The full forecast in our area. Can we see any snow? I'll have the answer coming right up. Nicole.
All right, Greg, thank you. A Gloversville woman arrested after police say she was intentionally starving her infant child. Mary's at the alert desk with more on this disturbing story.
Yeah, it is disturbing because it wasn't that the mother didn't have anything to feed her baby. Police say they found unopened formula in the home. It's unclear why 29-year-old Crystal Morlock Young was allegedly starving her 7-month-old son Damien. CPS removed the little boy from the home back in September, and after an investigation, Morlock Young was charged with endangering the welfare of a child, a misdemeanor. Investigators say it was evident the child was not being well cared for.
The child appeared in distress, very small for its size.
Child neglect cases are not uncommon in Fulton County, with about 100 cases filed each year. Still, Gloversville police say neglect of this severity is unusual. Little Damien has been with a foster family now for several months, and his health has improved. If convicted, his mother faces up to a year in jail. Nicole?
All right, Mary, thank you. 6:33 now. An investigation continuing this morning after a local man dies while riding in a nursing home van. Police say 7-year-old Peter Bovair was thrown from his wheelchair when the Warren Center van stopped short on Main Street in Glens Falls on Friday. The wheelchair was secured, but Bovair was not secured in the chair. The cause of death was determined to be internal trauma. No charges have been filed, as it's still unclear if the belt was legally required.
Continuing coverage on a double murder trial. Witnesses called to testify against Edward Miro, the man accused of killing 2 local women, as that trial moves forward now. The prosecution trying to link Miro, a former Albany Water Department employee, to the deaths of Megan Cunningham and Shelby Countermine. Cunningham's badly burned body found after a fire broke out at the Albany apartment she shared with Miro. Shelby Countermine's body was found 2 years later by a jogger along an Albany Water Department access path in Queens. Miro is facing anywhere from 50 years to life in prison if convicted. Count on News 10 ABC to bring you the latest developments on this trial as it continues. For the latest updates, you can always download the News 10 ABC app. It's free on Google Play or the App Store.
Well, police are looking for your help in finding the man seen on your screen right now from surveillance camera. Take a look. Saratoga police say he allegedly stole a wallet at the Walmart in Wilton. If you have any information or you recognize him, you're asked to contact police immediately.
A local community breathing a sigh of relief after that state of emergency has been lifted. It was put into effect following the major fire in Cohoes that damaged more than 30 buildings. Mayor Sean Morse lifting the notice last night. He says the downtown area has been reopened to traffic and pedestrians. Many of the businesses are back open, and water and electrical services have been almost fully restored. Fire started last week on Remsen Street after police say a man tried to make a sword over a barrel fire in his yard. News 10 ABC's Samantha Damasio is live in Cohoes, and she'll have much more for us coming up in just a few minutes with the latest on the recovery.
Well, protecting New Yorkers from counterterrorism, that's the goal of a new panel. The state has officially launched the new advisory panel. It will take an in-depth look at the state's efforts to fight against attacks and to make recommendations for stronger security in the future. The panel includes the former Homeland Security advisors to President Bush and President Obama, as well as a former NYPD commissioner. Yesterday marked 1 month since a gunman walked into a Texas church, killing 26 people. But since that day, the community has come together to heal. The First Baptist Church of Sutherland Springs has become a memorial to those who lost their lives on the morning of November 5th. The shooter was later found dead and identified as Devin Patrick Kelly, a former airman. And now services are being held in a nearby tent. Nevertheless, members of the congregation say their numbers grow every Sunday.
From the very beginning, we felt like people were taking this as part of their family, part of their country was attacked, part of their church was attacked. And we've just seen an outpouring from all over the country of people that have taken this very personal.
Associate Pastor Mark Collins says the church sees up to 300 people every weekend.
We are continuing to follow the highly contested Alabama Senate race, where one of the candidates, Roy Moore, is accused of having inappropriate contact with teens 3 decades ago. Moore was seen standing side by side with Breitbart chairman Steve Bannon, the man considered one of the architects of President Trump's campaign and who helped Moore clinch the Republican primary. Moore continues to face allegations of sexual misconduct or inappropriate behavior involving at least 8 women while they were teenagers and he was in his 30s. Last night, Bannon says he believes the allegations are false.
If they can destroy Roy Moore, they can destroy you.
Bannon's trip to Alabama comes with just 1 week until the election is held and a day after the president officially endorsed Moore.
I think he's going to do very well. We want to have a liberal Democrat in Alabama.
The president now fighting back against sexual allegations himself. How he's responding coming up in just a few minutes.
We have some shocking Olympic news this morning. Russia has been banned from the 2018 Winter Games. The Winter Olympics coming up in South Korea. They're just 2 months away. It's a punishment from the International Olympic Committee after an investigation found a sweeping state-run doping program that went on for years. But its clean athletes will be allowed to compete under the name Olympic Athlete from Russia, and they will have a neutral flag.
Yeah, just the Olympic flag if they're successful. Wow. Well, happening today, a new plan being announced aimed at protecting thousands of New Yorkers' pensions.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer claims over 28,000 union members in upstate New York are being victimized.
Being forced to take a 30% cut in benefits, and they could lose even more of their pension.
At 12:30, Senator Schumer is scheduled to explain why this is happening and announce the Butch-Lewis Act that would help plans meet their obligations without hurting retirees or taxpayers.
Also happening today, a new program aimed at keeping local communities safe set to begin. Albany city leaders will be joined by CEFCU to make that announcement. It happens at 11:30 this morning. The nonprofit program will allow the community to share valuable information after an incident while staying anonymous.
A local teen fighting for her life really gets the day of her dreams, and we were there to capture the heartwarming experience. Cheyenne's day of pampering began early yesterday at the Viaport Mall in Rotterdam. The 18-year-old has MS and uses a ventilator. But that didn't stop her from enjoying her special day. Cheyenne spent some time in the salon getting her hair and nails done. She even got a henna tattoo in memory of her mother, who passed away a few years ago.
This is just one of those very simple, heartfelt wishes. She doesn't get to go out very often. She doesn't get to leave the facility very often, but you know, she's really testing her stamina today and soaking in all of the attention and enjoying herself.
The main event was visiting the aquarium. Cheyenne is a lover of marine biology with big dreams of becoming a veterinarian one day.
So great they were able to do that. You know, we keep hearing about Make-A-Wish needing those donations. You see what it can do.
That's what it goes to, those big smiles.
Well, we have new video showing the destruction after a man drove right through a local pet store.
Yeah, all the way through it. Check this out. We'll show you how the officers and bystanders reacted after the crash.
And you don't have to travel too far to see Neverland for yourself. News 10 ABC's Jimmy Marlowe will join us live to give us a preview of the musical that just arrived at Proctor's.
And a quick look at the roads this morning. Volume picking up on this Wednesday morning. No major slowdowns, but you can see there's some more cars out on the road right now. I-787, exit 9, route 7.
All right, forecast first. Good morning. Temperatures are starting out into the 30s. We saw temperatures into the middle and upper 40s earlier on in the morning, but they have since dropped because a cold front has moved on through just in the past hour to hour and a half. Now, for today, they'll only top out into the upper 30s and lower 40s, so a very minimal high temperature contrast from where we are right now. 38 degrees right now in Albany, 38 in North Chatham. We're at 38 in Petersburg, 31 in Duanesburg, 33 Hessville, 33 in Cobleskill, same deal in Cooperstown at 33. Broad Albany at 34 this morning. We do have 20s from Big Moose to Inlet. Those areas could be seeing a few inches of snow for tonight through tomorrow. Long Lake at 31, same deal there, northern Hamilton County, 35 towards Bolton Landing. All right, current winds right now, I mean, it's not that bad. It's a little bit breezy. The winds will pick up this afternoon. It won't be as strong as what we saw this time yesterday or yesterday morning and yesterday during the afternoon. The wind gusts right now, really not that bad. Satellite and radar, clouds on the decrease, showers moving eastward. So eastern sections of New England still seeing some rain. That's moving off the coast. This cold front as well, moving east. So drier air working its way in. But with the wind flow here out of the west, that's why we're going to see some lake effect snow. Winter weather advisory in effect for northern Herkimer as well as northern Hamilton counties for that lake effect snow that will cause a few inches of accumulation. Futurecast. Showers off the coast, increasing sun for the afternoon, lake effect snow to the north and west, across the northwest and Adirondacks. That's where we're going to see a good amount of snow. Now we're talking about maybe 12 to 20 inches of snow towards the Tug Hill, places like Watertown to the north of Loudville. Old Forge seeing about like an inch or two, maybe 3 inches of snow by the time it's said and done. For today, clouds decreasing, highs around 44. For tonight, 29, partly cloudy. The lake effect snow getting going across the northwest and Adirondacks. Chance for a snow shower on Thursday, 40. 38 on Friday. Maybe the chance for a snow shower on Sunday. Better chance for snow showers on Tuesday with highs into the 30s. And past the 7-day, temperatures will be below normal. Highs in the 20s, those are coming, and no big storms in the forecast. Ladies?
Okay, all right, I can deal with that.
Thank you, Greg. Continuing coverage now on the massive fire in Cohoes that destroyed dozens of buildings on Remsen Street. 26 people forced out of their homes. But a little good news, the state of emergency has been lifted.
News 10 ABC, Samantha Damasio live in Cohoes this morning with the very latest. Hi, Sam.
Good morning. Yeah, there are still many reminders here in Cohoes of what happened last week. Something as small as this melted recycling bin on the sidewalk here, to this large tarp now covering the piles of brick and debris here from those 3 burned down buildings, and of course the boarded up windows here on businesses and apartments. But the city is pushing forward. Remsen Street is now back open less than a week later, and we're told many businesses will be back up and running today. So we are hoping to speak with some of the owners as they open their doors this morning. So stick around for that over on Fox 23. Christina, Nicole, back to you.
Thank you, Sam. New video showing this scene here, a car crashing through a local pet store, and you see the mess left behind. It happened in Pittsfield. Police there responding to the scene after the car came to a stop in the middle of the store. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Not the elderly driver behind the wheel, no one inside the store, none of the pets either. All good news. Believed to be an accident, obviously, but they're still investigating this and making sure that the store is stable.
Now to the latest on the wildfires still burning in California. Crews taking to the skies last night to continue the aerial assault. Helicopters seen dropping water onto the flames, and officials say that they're not only battling the fire, but the winds as well. Those Santa Ana winds kicking up strong. They continue to tear through the canyons and feed the fire. 11,000 acres have been burned at this point, forcing people living nearby to evacuate, many with just a moment's notice.
The flames were so big, and we just packed up and everybody's gone, and I'm just kind of sticking around and making sure that everything's okay before I make the final move and get out of here. It's really dangerous.
Standing across the canyon, you couldn't see my house. You could see my white pickup parked in the middle of the field, but you couldn't see my house. So it was pretty unnerving.
At least 30 buildings have been destroyed so far.
John Conyers, the longest tenured U.S. Senator until yesterday. Conyers announcing his retirement amid allegations that he sexually harassed several employees. Conyers has been facing pressure to resign in recent weeks from both sides of the aisle. He's also been dealing with health issues, actually announcing the decision from his hospital bed yesterday. He says his legacy must remain despite the allegations.
My legacy can't be compromised or diminished in any way by what we're going through now. This too shall pass.
Conyers has endorsed his son, John Conyers III, to be his replacement. President Trump facing sexual allegations of his own. He's now asking a New York court to drop a lawsuit entirely. The claims date back to his time on The Apprentice, a former contestant, Summer Zervos, one of more than a dozen women making claims against the president. Zervos was in court yesterday after filing the claim more than a year ago. Trump lawyers want the case thrown out, but if the judge finds there's merit, the president could be questioned under oath.
For more on all of these stories and our local stories that impact your community, go to our website, news10.com.
Neverland, here in the Capital Region. The Broadway musical opened at Proctor's last night, and it will be playing for the rest of the week there.
Looks like a great show. News 10 ABC's Jimmy Marlowe is live at Proctor's this morning with a behind-the-scenes look. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, good morning, everybody. So this is the artwork on the playbill for Finding Neverland. It opened last night at 7:30, and there's a show tonight at 7:30 as well. But the stage is already set up. The ghost light is keeping everything ready. And then there's also the orchestra pit down there. You guys can't see it, but all of the instruments are still there. So just to tell you a little bit about the story, it all came from the writer of the play, J.M. Barrie, who actually wrote the movie. He was inspired by some people that he met, and this is just the rough part of the story, but he was inspired to write a story about Mr. Peter Pan, who is basically the idea of what he wanted to be, a grown-up that did not have to grow up. So here is the name of all of the people in the cast and crew. So if you flip on over to Fox at 7, this lady right here, Miss Lael Van Kuren, she was with me at 6 o'clock. She's going to join me for the rest of the morning to tell us about the Neverland musical. So, guys, back to you in the studio for now.
National champions for also wearing the white-hearted logos.
Yay! The Run Surrounds Top Honor cheerleaders are your new national champions. The team taking home top honors last night in Orlando. The girls were the only local team to make it to the national championship this year. They had a point to prove. They finished second last year, so they were coming back and they wanted that trophy. They spent weeks fundraising for the trip. Now their hard work paying off as they celebrate their victory. And the girls aren't done either. The win gives them an automatic bid to the World Championship this January in Virginia. And they had the highest stunting score of everybody in the competition.
Wow.
So
how
good
terrific
for them.
Congratulations. And we did feature them a while back when they were trying to get there. They did it, pulled it off. Well done. Well, still to come on News 10 ABC. If you're still waiting to get your online Cyber Monday purchases, you're not alone.
No, millions of customers actually are still waiting for their packages. We'll tell you what's causing the holdup.
And hopefully Christmas is full of cheer for you. And it involves so many family traditions we all love. So we're going to take a look at, well, actually the ones that maybe you don't like so much. The hated traditions that perhaps you'd be okay with, falling by the wayside.
Yes, the